So I don't know about you, but I don't like driving with multiple gallons of gasoline behind my seat. So what I like to do is go down to Brothers, get myself a Blazer tank. These are the original style tanks that were made for the Blazers, and they're just going to fit right up underneath the bed. My name's David Welch. I build custom cars here in Southern California. I'm at Brothers Tech Center today, here to help you install your gas tank. Now these things are nice and easy to install, don't take a lot of time. We're going to get a side fill with this one. That's going to give us a lot of options. We can hide our filler in our tail lights, side marker lights, wheel well, what have you. It won't be in the bed and we don't have to drag the hose over our tailgate. Our kit is going to come with everything necessary to install it. It's got our straps, it's going to come with our bolts, it's got our sending unit with it. It's not going to come with a couple of things. You're obviously going to need to get some hoses, some clamps, fuel line, maybe a fuel filter. So think the project out. It's not going to take you a lot of time, but you're going to want to have everything ready before you start. You don't want to get halfway through the project, find out you're missing stuff, and have to get in the car and ruin your day. So let's get started. Before I put my tank in, I'm going to need to prep it up a little bit. We obviously have to put in our sending unit. So you'll see this big round seal that you get right here. And it's just going to fit right into the channel that's right in there. And your sending unit here, you'll just slip in just like this. And you don't have to worry about installing it wrong. The reason being is that you'll notice this tab bent up on either side right here. Well, those tabs are going to fit right into these slots right here. So there's only one way you're going to be able to do that, and you're going to know you're in the right way. You can also see your channel going right here for your fuel line. This right here is going to be the retainer that holds it down. You'll slip that right over there. And then you'll notice that this has notches in it, 3 of them. They'll fit right over these tabs right here. There's 3 of them. So we'll simply put that right down there. We'll press it in, give it a little bit of a turn, get it started, and then you'll need to gently work it in with a hammer and a screwdriver. Now there's a little bit of a tab that is bumped up on here, and it is going to fit right into this. Also, you'll notice this tab sticking up right here. It will bottom out right here, and then you'll know that you've got the retainer in the right spot. So once we get it right there, we're all set. Make sure you have all 3 corners locked in, and now you're ready. Now since this is an original tank, it has these tabs on the side over here. And those tabs were used so that when they were installing it, they could simply pop it right in the holes that were already in the frame. Now you could drill the holes out and then put a room for these tabs in there, but it just really doesn't make sense. So just get a crescent wrench, just bend the tabs back a couple of different times and knock them off. Now it'll sit flat and flush up onto our frame. I'm all prepped up. I can go ahead and install it. Let's get on that. Now this is a nice, big, fat, tall 21-gallon gas tank. So big and fat that you're going to have to modify this bed sill plate right here. I'm just going to take this out of the way and I'll show you that later. But the moral of the story is you're not going to be able to have your bed on when you install this. You'll need to take it off and do your modifications. Next thing you're going to need to do is take this piece out right here. This support was for the spare tire. So that's going to come out all together, and then we can go ahead and install our gas tank. Now at first glance, the gas tank looks like it's just a rectangle, but if you take a close look, you'll notice that this bed support right here, it's at a slight angle. And you'll also want to notice that right here on this gas tank, it is at a slight angle. So we know those two are going to go together, and we know this straight one's going to go together. So I've got it basically set up. Let me show you how we get the straps in and on. I've got a jack underneath the gas tank. I put a piece of wood there so it doesn't dent it on the bottom. And when we put the gas tank in, Your natural inclination is going to be to just put this in the center. Now the problem is if you do that, this filler neck hole right here, it's going to line up right where the bed sill is going to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the gas tank and we're going to move it as far back as possible until it butts up against this brace right here. That'll take our filler neck and it'll move it just to the back of the bed sill place and give us a little bit of extra room. We're going to need to notch the frame right here, and when we notch the frame, we need to make sure that we have not just enough room for the filler neck, but the hose that goes on it and a little bit extra. So I'll put this up like this, give myself a 1/4 inch on either side, and then I will cut myself a little notch out of here. So I'm going to drop this back down, I'll cut my notch out, and then I'll show you how our straps and miscellaneous other things go on. Now your straps come bent like this, but it's just so that it's easier to ship it that way. You're going to need to straighten them out, and then what we're going to need to do is bend it a bit like this. Now there's channels that are in the gas tank down here, and these straps are going to fit right in the channel, right like that. So we need to have the strap kind of set up like this and in the channel, and then I need to see exactly where I'm going to be drilling a hole. So I'll get this guy, right here, and I'm going to want to drill the hole on the outside of this gas tank lip right here. So I'll mark it. I'll start with a pilot hole first, and then I'll drill it out with a 3/8 drill bit for our bolts. Next, I'll get this bolt right here. I'll get me a washer on it. I'm going to drop it right through the frame, the hole we drilled. I'll get the strap at the bottom, get it up on here, washer, and then the nut. Now this side right here we're going to permanently bolt on with this, and the reason that we're doing that is because of this filler neck right here. If we were to slide the gas tank in from the driver's side, from the left side, and then try to pull this up, the nozzle won't make it past the frame down here. So we're going to have to permanently bolt this side down. Our braces will fit down like that, and we'll take our gas tank and slide it right on up, and this will just shoot right into our slot right here. My left side here is permanently bolted up, but what I'm going to do on my right side is I'm going to use this J-bolt. I'm going to do the same thing I did on my left side, get my straps lined up in the channel, figuring exactly where I want to drill my hole. After I've got my hole drilled, I can take my bolt right here, and I'll be able to just put it into the hole. I'll get my strap on the bottom, and then I can tighten it all up. This makes it so the gas tank is serviceable in the future. I'll be able to take it back out, service my gas tank sending unit or anything else that I got going on up there without having to take the bed off. So that's what this guy's for. Now, I'll show you what to do with the sill plate going across. So here you can see that the sill is sitting almost 2 inches above the bed. So all I got to do is take a magic marker. I'll mark to the edge of the gas tank here on either side. And then I'm going to come about 1/2 inch from the top on either side, and I'm going to cut all that out. Of course, I'll make that line a little bit straighter. And you got to do it on both sides. Now right here in this corner right here, if I take a die grinder and I cut a 90-degree cut like this, right there in that section, that's going to make that weak, and it has more of a tendency to flex and crack and break in the future. What we're going to do to keep that at bay is get a drill. If we drill that out right there, then we've got a nice rounded edge, and it's a lot less likely to crack in the future. Now you can see we've got proper clearance for our gas tank. It's going to fit up here nice and neat, and I'm basically done. Now I'll just go ahead and run my fuel lines and things. Generally like to use a metal filter straight out of the tank. Make sure you're running all your fuel lines away from heat, anything sharp, etc., etc. Make sure that you also get a hose on these air inlets on the sides right here. You have to make sure that they are above the level of the gas tank, and I normally like to put just a little filter on this too so that we don't get any dirt in through our air inlet here. So we'll put a rubber hose on here, and from right here you can go a couple of different ways into your wheel well, into your bedside, or you can hide them in your lights. That's about that for this today. So you make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and check us out on YouTube, because I've got a bunch of these things for you because I want to help you get your truck on the road. We'll see y'all there.